TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Well, it was it was Ken's doing, and poor Saito, it fell back on him. They're in Milwaukee, and I think they're in Green Bay the next day or wherever they are. And the match is over, and he goes to a McDonald's to get a hamburger, and the guy says, "We're closed." He said, "Well, I just want to buy a couple of hamburgers from you." "No, we're closed. We can't do it." "Well, you got some there. Just sell them to me." "I can't do it." So the guy, he's out back throwing them away. He says, "What do you mean you can't? Don't throw them away. Give them to me." He says, "I can't give them to you." So Ken turns around. He had probably been drinking, threw a rock through the window. So he goes back to the hotel room, and he gets in there, and Saito's already in there and in bed. And Ken's on the phone with his wife, and there's a knock on the door. And Ken's on the phone. He says, "Saito, can you get that?" And Saito's still watching. Another knock and another knock. Saito comes to the door, and Saito is naked. And he opens the door, and he sees a female policeman there and another cop, and he shuts the door quick to go get his pants on. Well,
right.
They think so they're pounding on the door, and when he opens it up, they spray him with mace. And they start trying to handcuff him. And the woman jumped on Saito's back, and I'm sorry. They're trying to cuff him, and Saito's fighting him off. And about that time, Patera comes out, and some other policemen come around the corner, and they see one of the cops go flying against the wall, and the girl had jumped on Patera's back, and he fired her. She hit the wall. That's when the police came around. They thought Saito did it. So they all went after Saito. And, it was a bad deal for him.
How many years did they serve for that? I forgot.
I don't know, a couple.
Yeah. Memories of young Leon White, who was later on Vader.
He came to me in Denver, Colorado after a match, sat down across from me, and he says, and he's got a cowboy hat, and he's got his agent there. He wants to be a wrestler. I said, "Well, what makes you think you want to?" "Oh, I fight in the bars all day, I knock everybody out." I said, "There isn't anybody here that you could beat."
What was it?
I said, "Including me, and I'm just a little guy." And I said, I'll show you right now." He goes like that. He says, "I'd knock the shit out of you." I said, "Well, okay, if you really want to wrestle, then you need to go through our camp, and Brad Ringens is running it right now." And I said, "Don't mess with him." I told Brad just kicked the crap out of him. Leon was amazed that, he wasn't as tough as he thought he was. He was a hard guy. And then once he got in and started making a little bit, he got the big head and hard to work with.
I'm going to just mention some names I want you to go through because I got a lot of questions coming up. What about Bad Company? Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond? Memories of those guys?
Great in the ring.
Okay.
Fantastic in the ring.
Destruction Crew?
Good guys.
Tom Zink?
Flaky.
In what aspect?
He had all the potential in the world, but he just didn't have his head screwed on right.
Scott Norton?
Scott had a lot of potential too. He was another one that was hard to deal with. He was a big, strong guy. He should have done a lot better in wrestling than he did.
DJ Peterson?
DJ, he was a good hand, really good hand. Nice kid too.
Medusa?
She was a great gal.
Jake the Milkman Milliman?
Well, he was a TV guy.
Yeah.
He
got over though.
Yeah.
A little cold fire.
So did Kenny J and George Scrap Iron Gadeski. They were on TV more than we were. They were on every week.